important things. Yeah. You must have a focal point. Right? Every home has a focal point. Wherever your chairs, your furniture is directed, that is your focal point. You know that is the place you will focus. As your focus. And as I said before, in order for you to get that desire, that burning desire, hear what the apostles said. Didn't we burn in our hearts? Didn't we burn when Jesus appeared to them? And he spoke. No, he didn't raise with the same physical body that he died with. He rose with another body. That is why they could not make him out. But when he spoke, you see, it's what inside of you. You will know you by your voice. He said, my sheep hear my voice, and they follow not another. So when they heard it, he began to relate to them things, that they alone would have known. He would have known, and he would have mentioned to them prior. And after when he talked, he said, I the Christ, but didn't our hearts? Anytime he talked, their heart used to burn. Right? Right now, I eating the Holy Spirit. Right? And in order for you to be strong, why? The flesh man will fight you. They fight you because you know why? You're feeding it. It's strong. Right? The spirit man trying and he's there. He wants to come out. He wants to do a thing, but you're not feeding him. You're not giving him the necessary nutrients to rise up and deal with the flesh man, because the flesh man is being filled with all pack of nonsense, all fleshly desires, whatever is your fancy. You understand? You need to have a focal point. Every home has a focal point. People who do design, people who do interior decorating will understand what I'm saying. Right? If there isn't a television to that focal point, there will be a fireplace based on where you live or based on your style. You don't have to live in a particular place in order for you to put style. Trinidadians are just like, when they see things, they just like to copy. Yeah, you go ahead. I taping something here, thanks. Yeah. Oh, no, you talking to yourself? Yes. So excuse that, please. Huh? So we must have a focal point. The Holy Spirit was talking to me, last night after I've been watching Rehad Bunky and his life and how he really, went all out. You see, from the beginning of his life, you see, as a child, he was just bypassed because he was in a family. But, sometimes in a family, among the children, sometimes the other children, and the time you live in, according to the stress the parents were under, most of the time you might be the one in the middle who born a year apart and you just get bypassed. So, you always, you live with a kind of not feeling accepted, not feeling wanted, and you're apart, that kind of, But instead of using that to keep him down, to make him feel, to find a reason to blame somebody, he used that to help the persons in Africa and these deprived places to feel like they were somebody. He made each and every one of them felt like somebody, felt that they were wanted, that they were special, that they were needed. Everybody wants to feel that they are needed. When you feel like you're needed, that's the worst thing you could do to somebody is to make them feel that they are not needed, that they are not a child, they are not wanted. In the kingdom, everybody is needed. The Bible says every joint supply it. The eye can tell the foot, I don't need you. The head can tell the body, I don't need you. We need one another, because everybody, God created them with a specific task for a specific purpose. And they are needed. They need to fulfill their purpose. And it's a sad time in the body where people feel they could spite you. Like, they spite in the kingdom. You're spiting yourself. Because if you don't use that particular person, right, that you see that gifting because you might have issue, because you might have some form of, jealousy. I don't know what it is. That is flesh too. That is flesh. You refuse to use that particular person because they're not, they're not agreeing with certain things you do. They're not maybe, in your league. They're not in your clique. They're not, see them as significant. What? I thank God that Jesus saw the prostitute as significant. He saw the tax collector, the woman by the well, So many people he saw. The fisherman, Peter, he's the cost and all, even after he was working with Jesus. But he worked with him. He didn't leave him in that state. Because God know. A lot of times when we were born, we didn't ask to be born in a particular household. We didn't ask that. Nobody, no child had the opportunity to say, okay, I want this parent or I want that parent. Everybody, we end up coming in whatever family based on as God see fit. And sad to say, we inherit some of the curses. We inherit the curses, whatever. If they are doubt, we inherit that. Fear, we inherit. Drunkenness. Some of the children you see inheriting fears, different things. And God knows that. God knows that parenting, brought up, situation would have bring you into a place like that. But he was there to come to fix. He was a fixer. He was a carpenter's son. Therefore, he understand about repairs, how to repair things. And the best he wasn't just repairing furniture. He was repairing people. Because he knows God created man in his image and his likeness. That's perfection. You understand? God didn't create people in a malfunctioning way. God didn't create people drinking rum, cursing, womanizing, playing the fool, doing all mischief and rebellion. He created obedience. He did not know disobedient. So God knows what is perfection. And he is bringing back us into that place. And I thank God he doesn't give up on us. You understand? I thank God he don't just give up on us. He don't say, you see, he in trouble. You see? But all of them leave, yes? If all of them could leave, let her go. Yeah, I sat over with a new bunch. You understand? But that was back in Moses' time. Now, God he have more patience with men. More patience. And, in the sense that he's not winking. Not in that he will, you could do what you want. Married 2, 3, 4 women, divorce, remarried, do this, do that, and expect God to be on your side and wink. You're winking. Right now, we have to straighten up. He give us the ability so that we can straighten up. Poor David and they fight that flesh. That flesh was always, if you read the Psalms, David always in a struggle. But his heart was towards God. His heart for the things of God. But a fleshly man, you will not allow him. But I thank God for Jesus that he came and he died for us. And, thank God that he sent his only begotten son. He says, so whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. People take that for a slogan. It's not a slogan, it's reality. But the thing about it, when a child now born, he doesn't run one time. Somebody had to nurture that child. Somebody had to breastfeed. There's a mothering. There's a fathering to take place. even in the new birth. You know, they would not automatically be, nice, as you say, or willing. But eventually they will get there as we love them into the kingdom. As we do, not everybody might have the best. Bible said the poor, you have to always with you. So we need, God leave the poor so we could help them. We must show our attitude of gratitude. We must show, concern. So we can say, there will not no poor again. Everybody will be rich and everybody. Oh, okay. All right, you want to build your own empire. It doesn't work so. Remember Judas? And he said, oh God, we could take that nice oil and waste that. We could have given it to the poor. I tell you, he's a old thief. But anyways, what Jesus told him, he said, the poor you have always with you. He never said the poor will one day go away. The only time we're not no poor is when we reach heaven. And everybody get there. Because there's nothing like poverty there. Right? But once we hear, there's challenges. And we need to help one another. We are still one of our brother's keeper. Sadly to say, some believers don't see that. They don't see that your brother's keeper. They see that, once they achieve a particular thing, well, why you didn't achieve that? Why? They don't know the struggles you may have. Everybody born with a certain, hang up something. We see even John the Baptist, he had doubts. Just imagine he was the forerunner and he had doubts. Why? Why did he have doubts? He was born from a doubting priest. His father was a doubting priest. So he had the same, he inherited that doubt from his father. That's why God had to shut his mouth, zip up his mouth, until John was born. So that's why we have to, when you see we have to look in we generation, see what our forefathers do and break these curses over our lives. Even as Christians, we'll have different, struggles. And we have to see where in our fathers. So they would doubt, Solomon. We see David, woman, one the downfall, woman. Why? Rahab. They inherited that from her. Right? That was in the gene. Rahab. They get that from Rahab. Check it out for yourself if you don't believe me. Do a study and see who Rahab, what connection they have with Rahab. They inherited that. So, brethren, we need to consider these things and see why it is we keep falling short. Break these curses in our lives and get a focal point in our life. Ask God for a burning desire. Ask God to just fill us up afresh. A zeal. Let us do what God called us to do. That is more important than anything else, People studying about making money. Money will come as you do what God say. Hear what God say. He said, all things will be added unto you. Seek ye first. He talk about give and it shall come back to you. So what do you give? There are different types of giving. Give of yourself. Give. God is going to give you the necessary tools. He's going to give you the money that you would need once you say you're willing and able. As you go, he will bless because it's a faith thing. Don't wait to see things happen before you start to do. Right? If you go to wait, sometimes it might not start up the way we might think. Because God, the trial of our faith, we must be tried. Right? So, it's precious. So as we've been tried, and then look at Rahab Bunky. And I was looking at his story, I look at him. He didn't say, 2-3 people in the beginning. But he had a dream. He got that vision that God told him. Africa would be saved. No, they are not saying Africa would be saved. You know what they are saying? Africa is being saved. They change the whole thing. It's millions of people in one altar call. And what we doing? joke, thing and I'm wrong about this foolishness and that foolishness and not really, and talking about advancing kingdom. Joke. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, what advancement? Where is it? You feel Reinhard Bonnke said in ridicule, or this one said this about him, and from the time you see you could take water in basket, you already it. Because the amount of ridicule, different things you would get, Jesus get it live. If he get it, he say we will get it too. But we have to understand our focal point, the purpose, where is our vision? And visualize. Know that God tell you to do this thing, make sure, and go towards it. That is your goal, because every one of us have to accomplish our course before we pass on. It is a sad thing, brethren, that if it is we pass on, and we just pass on struggling, not fulfilling what is in our book, that will be a sad day for us. It's sad, fighting about just simple things in life, furniture. These things is they're temporal things. Focus is not about how you put this chair and that chair and make a focal point. Focal point is about Christ's vision. What vision he gave to you, and you accomplish it. Don't study who on a person's vision. You do yours. Don't get confused. Just stick to yours. Brethren, that is in my heart these days, to do what God called me to do. I can't afford to just go and sit down in a building and just, listen to the thing. I can't afford to do that. God, look how long God wants us to start to do, perform. How long will we learn? How long ever learning and never come into the truth? What is the truth? Jesus is the truth. And he tells us to go. His intention is souls. His intention is not building a building or building somebody else's empire or building, I will see that about yourself, making sure you're millionaire and billionaire, whatever. You're dead before you make that billionaire. Become a billionaire. You feel you have a handle on your own life? Do what God called. Let God find you doing what he called you to do. God will take care of us. If and but he will. And let me tell you something. More you do, more he will supply. More you do, more he will supply. A lot of time people just want things for their own loss. They ask for things, as the Bible says, you ask and you have not because you ask not. And when you ask amiss because you want to consume it on your own loss, or your own thing. You want to show off on the brethren. You want to be, like the world system, your house big, this, that, that. What others do? That bring happiness? And they're miserable? I believe when you do the things of God, that will give you the greatest joy. Because that is the joy of the Lord. That is rejoicing in God. When you do what he said. I remember the disciples, and then when souls were filled, they rejoice. We need to get back to that understanding. We need to get back to that place. We need to stop one another. Because there coming a time, you see what's going on now, and people still not really taking heed. Everybody just making excuses, that it had the polio and it had that, and just like them thing I will go, not seeing the times, not understanding the times and the season. Don't be afraid, You know what you have to be afraid of? Tell you the truth. That when the Lord your time come, you didn't fulfill your purpose. That to me is the biggest disappointment supposed to be in our life. That is what we're supposed to be concerned and real fretting about. I need to accomplish what God tell me I have to do. And let us help one another. Somebody in, I think I help them in the ministry, wherever, that bring down this one. What is that? The world, sister, the world operate. We're not supposed to operate like that. You know? Ready to discard this one and that one and this one. You God? You know the heart of men? You know what's going on? Did you ever sit with them to say, okay, how are you? How things? Jesus sat with people, He sat with them. He had conversations with them. And he helped them. Give them direction. Woman by the well. You know? A woman by the well. What she did? One time started to evangelize one time. Come see a man. Come see a man. There is a way to lead people to this man called Christ. Jesus the Christ. Come see a man. He is our focal point. He is our life. Without him, just spinning top in mud, wasting time. So this is my, I was just meditating last night. The Holy Spirit was just talking to me. And he also said we need a position, We talk about place of worship. This one want to worship here, this one wants to worship here. Worshiping is not in a place. It's not in a place, but in a position. In spirit and in truth. With your spirit. You can also say with your spirit. That's how you worship. With your spirit. And in truth. Who is the truth? Jesus is the truth. Right? It's a position. It's not about a place anymore. It's not about in the hills. It's not about in Jerusalem. It's not about in a building. But it's in spirit and in truth. Have a blessed day, people.